Chapter 4. The portrait of a restless mother coping with empty nest syndrome. A mother alone yet proud. The house was still the same quiet sunlit, echoing with old laughter and now an aching silence. But she was not inside her. Something had drifted, not broken, no, not that, just moved. Like furniture after a storm, slightly out of place, no longer quite at home. Her son had left, not in rebellion, not in anger, not in forgetfulness. He left with a suitcase full of dreams and dream full of apologies. He left to build something bigger for himself, for his future family, for the vision that had always burned bright in him. She had always known this day would come. She had raised him to fly high, and he did. But no one tells you how quiet the nest becomes when the bird is gone. The weight of empty nest syndrome. They called it empty nest syndrome, a term too clinical to capture the depth of what she felt. It wasn't just loneliness, it was a kind of restless love that had never nowhere to go. She still cooked for two, she still passed for the sound of a motorcycle or car, she still waited for the footsteps that wouldn't return. Every corner of the house was steeped with his presence. The study table he used to burn the midnight oil at, the mug he always wanted his tea to be filled in, the walls where his academic medals proudly hung, and now only memories whispered. And in those spaces, she found herself pacing the floors aimlessly, her hands once so busy preparing tiffins and ironing the uniforms, now fidgeted with the edge of a sari or folded towels, and that didn't need folding. Even her plants seemed to droop a little, sensing her quiet sorrow. Restlessness in love, her restlessness wasn't about his absence alone, it was a fear of becoming irrelevant. Who was she now? If not his mother in the daily sense, the one who reminded him to take his vitamins, who waited up, late, in his, who waited up if he was late, who knew just a stone if something was wrong. She didn't blame him, how could she? He had gone to the USA chasing dreams that demanded sacrifice. He was expanding his startup into a global educational platform, breaking barriers, winning awards, and slowly building a life that now included someone else, a partner, a new family. He could call regularly, send gifts, video chatted every alternative days, but love sent through screens is not the same as a hand on your shoulder or sudden hug in the kitchen by the baby, who is a grown-up man. She smiled on those calls, never letting the corners of her lips tremble. She asked about his meals, his health, his stress levels. She gave advice about handling cold weather, even though she had never experienced snow. She made jokes about American dance, tasking, and how to make it taste. And but now the call ended. She would sit by the window for hours watching the sky as if she might spot him flying through it, just like when he was little, and said he would touch the stars. Pride wrapped in pain. There was pride, no doubt, immense, unwavering pride. She had raised him alone, fought off society's pity, ignored the whispers, worked two jobs, skipped her own dreams, but just to build his. And now he stood tall, successful, noble hearted, building empires from his intellect. But even pride doesn't warm the cold side of the bed. Her health had begun to need more care. Her knees ached, her eyesight wasn't what it was used to be. Her world was shrinking even as it expanded, and that is what made her heart ache the most. The asymmetry of it all. He was moving forward, and she was being left behind in a home full of echoes. A mother's silent prayer, and yet every night before bed, she stood by the small temple in her room, lit a diya, and whispered the same prayer. O Lord, keep my child safe. Let him rise, and if he ever falters, let him remember my arms will always be open, because love like hers doesn't fade, it waits.